Hot takes, two mics.
Mhm.
Oh, we just literally lost like a minute worth of footage because my computer is shit and I need a new battery for it.
It was a disaster. That 1 minute was the best conversation we've ever had, and it was really intelligent, really great.
And now it is lost to the ether.
Lost to the ether. Yeah, we literally were talking about things.
Yeah.
It's really better for the betterment of kind that was.
Because we're talking about like basically the podcast and like what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we were talking about how Jacob could never get bleep that name. We could never get the name right of what our podcast is called. And then we were talking about and what cadence should we post the episodes we already had. Time.
Um,
It was everything our listeners want to listen to.
you'll be surprised what people like it like really like listen to. Because
People listen to some crazy stuff.
oh,
I'll look around at podcasts and I'm like, which goes into my topic for the day, but it was just like, I'm looking around podcasts and I'm just like, to back it up, I work from home by myself. I get mentally ill when I'm by myself too much. I do have a boyfriend that I live with, but like, that's not like enough connection throughout the day, you know?
it's also at work most of the day.
Exactly. So I get a little mentally ill. One of the things that I do that helps me is like listen to music or
You
listen to
get stir
podcasts. Mm-hmm.
not
Exactly.
mentally ill. You get stir crazy.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I shouldn't joke about that. I'm gonna get canceled. Yeah, I get stir crazy, and then I start overthinking things, and then I start just like getting like whenever anybody will chat with me.
Oh, is that why when like I text you in the morning and I go, "Hey, you were still on for the podcast?" You're like, "Yes," immediately.
Yeah.
Because you're like human contact.
Human contact, please have a conversation with me. But anyways, one of the things that I did, because I just got a Mac for my work laptop, like I switched over to Macs,
Yeah.
which makes like, and I am a Mac user. So one of the things I like to do is put my phone away because I'm like pretty, Instagram has a pretty strong hold on me right now. So I've been having to put my phone away. So go, I have a Mac. Let me look up some podcasts I can listen to on the laptop. And I'm looking through, and man,
There's so many.
there's so many that say the same shit, and they're all kind of stupid. You know what I looked up? And there's a huge gap. So anybody listening, if you fit this demographic, I'd suggest taking it and running with it. There's a huge gap for women-led podcasts that have talking about what is current events, like currently happening within politics, within the world, within just pop culture in general.
No, there is one, Pop Culture Crisis. It's run by a duo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I find that there are a lot of pop cultures, but only pop culture. What I'm looking for is like a combination, right? Of like just strong women in like the business, like in corporate America, of like corporate trends about what it like politics, like what's going on around the world. Because you have a lot of these things like, I don't know, like All In. That's a really good one where it's a bunch of like well off guys. They're talking about current events, business affairs, and whatnot. And I was kind of looking like for a woman version of that because there's a dime a dozen male led, but I wasn't able to find one that's woman led. So everybody's doing the same stuff. So you really just got to find a voice that resonates with you. I guess
because you want to know why, and this is not supposed to be sexist. It's just women's brains aren't wired.
that is a hot take, Jacob. I don't agree, but I have kind of thought that women just are not geared towards having those conversations just socially. And like, it's a lot of women still, even though it's becoming less and less a major pain point in the like in the corporate America, but still a lot of women's opinions are not valued as highly as men. I would love, and look, I'm not tune enough. I know nothing. Let me be clear. That's why I'm not going to start that podcast. To start.
You're kind of answering the question why there isn't any.
Well, exactly. You know what? Maybe I should be bold and start a different podcast.
Yeah, you don't have to have me with there. You got all the equipment. You can use your own laptop.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I know. It's a lot of effort. I'm already on one podcast. I think that's enough.
You could be in 2.
It could be in 2, and then if it blows up, we market the other.
Well,
2.
you can do like, because we do once a day or once a week. You can do like, you can find like either during the weekend or some other day. You can go through what happened this week, talk about it, have your thoughts on it, and then upload it. You don't need that much.
It would actually cost me nothing, like 20, 30 minutes of my own time. But again, I would want to be and sound intelligent, because I think a woman in that field would get picked apart a little bit more than men not even in that field. That's kind of not the right verbiage. Like in that specific podcast type. And again, I might not have searched hard enough. So if you're having that type of podcast, feel free to link it in the comments. I'm genuinely looking for one, just mainly to hear different perspectives of not only of race, but also gender and anywhere on the ladder, right? Because diversity is really what drives innovation. Truly, I believe that. I believe that in my own hiring process. Diversity, age, gender, race is what drives innovation, because just because I see something some way, somebody from a different walk of life could see it a different way, and then we could find a solution that really I had never seen. And I see that across the board. I've seen it time and time again. So anyways, drop your podcast if you are there. If not, maybe one day I'll grow the kahunas to start one myself.
Yeah.
You can be my guest. Because technically this is Jacob's podcast. I'm just an ongoing guest.
Ongoing guest that like you're in every single one.
Well, I'm like a co-host, but it's led by you. Because like you edit, you own.
Oh, yeah.
We do it together.
I kind of thought it was just like a joint venture type thing.
So do I, but I feel like you do a hell of a lot more of the work. So I kind of feel bad. So you should get more credit.
Okay. If that's the case, I'll turn this podcast into a completely different thing.
Okay, no. So co-venture.
Co-venture?
We're not talking about Warhammer.
You knew exactly, because I can get you slightly get you linked in and then just see the cavern that is Warhammer.
It's the thing, I don't want to talk about Warhammer. No offense to Warhammer people. I don't want to talk about.
You don't want to talk about the Demon Kalaba?
No, not at all.
You have no idea what that is.
No, and you know what? Based off the name, oh my god, I had a really traumatic event. Okay, speaking of demons, really traumatic this past week.
Oh, we can talk about our demon experience, because I've punched one.
No, okay. First, it's not a demon experience. I would love to hear your story, though.
Yeah.
We'll talk about yours.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, mine first. Okay. So, I was just sleep paralysis demons. You do know you can punch
them. No.
Yes. So, I was having a sleep paralysis demon. So I was just staring at 2 bead red eyes with a shadow outline of a man.
Oh, that would piss me off. I get scared, but I'd be like, all right, I'm not going out without swinging.
I was calm, which was freaking me out more than anything. That I was calm, collected. This thing did not scare me. I'm staring at it for a good 3 to 4 minutes. It's a good amount of time. I can't move.
Time. That's too much time. That is when I would start. My heart would start beating. After that, it's a good stare down. Like, try me, mother trucker. And then try me. 3 to 4 minutes. Oh, Jesus!
Move my arm, and I felt a connection in air. It's not supposed to be there. felt that and went, I don't have any sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
They're gone. It's gone. I don't know.
The demon got pitch slapped and said, I'm not doing this no more. Oh, I'm not really afraid of anything. Like certain things give me anxiety, like recessions, like
Yeah.
and like those kind of things give me anxiety. But truly what makes me scared, it's not a lot, demons and the devil. I'm not even necessarily scared of them. I just respect them. I do not taunt the devil. I do not taunt the demons. I don't entice anything. I don't joke about it. I don't think that it's funny. And anyways, so we watched this really scary movie last week called Talk to Me. I've already seen the movie, so I don't know why it scared me so much.
What is?
It's like where you hold the hand and you let a demon possess you for like 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
Exactly. It's like, who would do that? Let someone bring that up. Be like, you can kick rocks. Don't be my friend anymore. Okay, so we watched that movie, and I've watched it before, so I don't know why it scared me so much. Anyways, Jarrett and I go to this wedding, and we have a good time. We have some drinks, and I looked over at him, and he like gave me a look like the same one that was kind of in the movie, not on purpose. And like I was like, you look like a demon, like you're scaring me. And then it was like this big thing, and I promise you, I was like tearing the house up. We were being rowdy. And I was just like, you're a demon. And Jarrett's just like, what are you? You're so crazy. And then he'd joke again. I'd be like, I ended up like throwing a picture frame at the wall. And I said, I rebuke you, Satan. Don't fuck with me. I'm a child of light. That's my story.
It just sounds like you were on a manic episode.
Not manic episode. He was joking with me, but like it got to a point where like I really was like, you need to stop joking. And now I'm kind of low-key scared of it.
Should we like take him to the priest?
We should definitely get some holy water and throw it at him. Because honestly, now anything he does, I'm like, are you a demon?
You know what's actually funny about holy water that I found out? That the church says if you put water into holy water, it itself becomes holy up to about half, like more than half of the holy. If it's holy water, yeah,
it's like a what is it?
So
go on.
So if you have like a glass that's like half empty, you can put more water in it and make more.
We should get a little thing. And
also with that, at this point, most of the drinkable water is holy water.
Really?
If they make it like at that point, yeah, Christianity's been around long enough where
we need to fact check that. Let's Google that. I'm not too well versed. So what makes holy water different than regular?
It's just blessed by a priest.
So if the priest went and blessed the ocean, everything's holy water? How does that work?
I'm not a theologian. I have no idea. I just found this fun fact and went, okay. So.
It is impossible to quantify the exact amount of holy water because it's constantly being replenished and used in small quantities across various religious communities, making it impractical to track total volume. However, the significance of holy water lies more in its symbolic meaning than actual quantity. Okay. Well, yeah. I think I should get a vial and throw it at Jarrett because now I'm low-key scared of him. And by low-key, I mean I tell him every day. Like,
if he like
joked about it. That's not funny.
If he like screams at you, you know why.
Screams at me?
Yeah, because it's like burns demons.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. This is all a big joke. I want everybody to know. It's a big joke. Low-key, I am kind of scared. That's why I'm talking about it. But could you imagine if I threw down and he's like, what the heck? I would like literally, we'd have to break up. I'd have have to be like, dude, I gotta move out. I'm really sorry.
He is a lawyer, so he probably doesn't consult anyways.
Choo! Shots thrown. Oh gosh, Jared's like a sub guest on us when he gets home from work at times. So people are gonna be shots fired. Hot take. Hot take.
Well, this is the entire podcast. It's just like that.
Yeah. Whatever. No, so the other part about the podcast that I wanted to get into was like how redundant it is, like, and how everybody's starting a podcast. You mentioned that this is the year of podcasts, so I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, because the corporate press just found out that they don't have as much power and people don't listen to them as much as they used to.
The corporate press? Who's that?
NBC, CBS, like Fox News.
Got it.
A corporation that says news, that features news. They found out that most people get their news from either X, Facebook, or podcasts, or YouTube videos. Like, I don't bring up any news articles to find new things to look up. Excuse me. I usually find it through X or some other like social media.
Well, I do not consume the news anymore, which is actually really rich. I'm not going to get into why.
I know why. It's funny.
A couple of years ago, back in 2016, like the OG Trump campaign with him going against Hillary, and again, let me preface this by saying, like, I'm no longer like a Hillary fan by any means. I'm not too impressed by her any longer, but I was very politically active. That was like my first year of college. Like, I had nothing but time to consume the news, be well informed. Really, like, it was my first time voting. And I just got so consumed in it. And it was so bad for my mental health because you're just reading negative story about each candidate, about what's going on. Like, nothing is positive anymore. Like, they didn't make money off of having a story about, oh, you know what one of these people did that was so great?
If it bleeds, it leads.
Exactly.
A great representation on how journalists act. Have you seen the movie Civil War?
No. Is that the one with Brad Pitt?
No, that's Marvel. It's the theoretical, like, United States Civil War.
No.
No.
I don't frequently watch things that are gonna bum me out.
It has no politics. It has no like representation. It just shows you like what a civil war would look like in the United States.
Sure, it looks terrible.
And the depravity of journalists. And you know who the main characters are?
The journalists.
Yeah. Because because one of the main characters literally dies in front of everyone. You know what the rest of the main character does? Takes a picture and moves on.
See, there are a couple of things. Journalism is kind of something that I reflect upon often. I don't think they're paid well. I
think they're paid too much.
See, that's kind of insane. They're really like the average journalist is making like $35,000 to $55,000 a year, which is very low.
And the average journalist talks about random bullshit that doesn't mean anything. The ones that actually good. The ones that are actually good are like Indie No. The ones that actually put out stuff, like ones I actually follow. They actually go.
Oh, the ones you follow are the only good ones? Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's all right. Hot take. The ones that actually go out and like finds articles, does research, goes in and finds out everything, those are the ones that actually call journalists. But if you're just making an article about nothing, I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah. Well, I just like to even like circle back to the point. It's like mainstream media is nowadays is just so hard to follow because like first and foremost, we're in like the digital age of stimulus. We're always stimulated. Our generation and the younger generations are not sitting down and watching the news. We're not sitting down reading the papers. I don't think that that is good. But they also make it incredibly hard to do those things. It's like, let's talk about some things that like don't make everybody have an anxiety attack.
Well, also, it is both. We are losing attention span and gaining more attention span than in any other generation.
Yeah, true. But it's only like if the stimulus is really high, right? So, like, reading a news article is not what is going to keep most of the younger generation's attention span.
Because I've talked to like some people that they read the news, and then once they read the headline, they go in, and a lot of these articles just talk about like just random stuff. Like they don't even talk about like what they said in the actual like headline.
Well, also, like, any. Let's define this. So, like, we're talking about real, like, corporate news outlets, right? We're not talking about those Facebook links where you think you're going to get an article and you don't.
No, yeah, no, I'm talking about the like CBS, NBC.
I haven't experienced that, so I need to see an example. But it's just, I think the news, and it's because of generational changes, because this used to work for the older generations, like, it needs to be lightened up. It doesn't need to be audited or anything. They should just have some other articles about like balancing out some stuff because you can read a tough article. Oh, this is what's happening in Palestine. This is what is happening in America. The election. This happened. This shooting. This bombing. We trickle in a little bit of. Oh, guess what the U.S. did? They did this, and this was great. Oh, you know what just happened in Korea? They did this, or this is something good. Let's have some good articles about some positive things that have happened to allow people to read the news and not immediately have an anxiety attack or have this burdensome worry that something is going to happen, because that is what they're doing. And it's just like literally like constantly caring.
I'm gonna get you upset. They already do, but no one listens to them. No one reads it.
This is where, and this is, I guess maybe this is getting into dangerous territory. I see, and I know what articles are booming. These media companies only care about what gets clicks.
Yes.
So there's an inverse relationship. So you are correct to a certain degree, but if it bleeds, it leads. It's exactly that sentiment. Like, why put money towards different things? So it's indirectly contributing to this revolving door of like, you're not getting these bigger ticket pieces that would balance out. And I think that if they just kind of ate the losses with it for the first little while, they would then see more people coming to them because, like, yeah, it's not going to work right off the bat. Want all these viewers, all this engagement right off the bat, but it could turn the tides over time. But nobody's going to do that because it doesn't contribute to their bottom line right away.
Yes, but try to convince that to the shareholders.
That's my point. Like, it's not contributing to the bottom line. It would take considerable amount of loss, but be for the betterment of humanity.
But this is why a lot of the new media is becoming more because it's not led by boardrooms. It's not led by a lot of these.
What's new media?
X, Facebook, YouTube.
Oh yeah, just a bunch of nerds.
Yeah,
saying nerd stuff. half the stuff, the things these people post. I don't post that much anymore. I used to.
I don't post anything ever.
Yeah. You send me a lot of reels, though.
Because I think they're funny.
Yeah, I have to take like 1 hour out of my day. Like I gotta set it aside to review.
Okay, yeah. In like a week, I might send you that much.
Yeah,
but
like once a week I gotta.
yeah. It's
And
not,
some of
it's not
them
a daily thing.
And some of them just go like right over my head. I don't. I know
I
some.
think some of them are funny, but
Well, some of them are. But then some of them, I'm like, I don't even know this was a thing. I don't even, you know.
I send you so many. I don't even remember. I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also send like my girlfriend so many.
But she isn't. I don't think we follow each other.
She doesn't post much. Like she's like me. Barely posts anything. So when I've been sending you reels and you haven't been seeing them, that's what I've just heard.
Not recently, because I deleted Instagram for a little bit.
I mean, I have Instagram to find like gun news, like what new products are coming out.
1 second.
Oh, yeah, she's still re-downloading Instagram, and now it's going to find my girlfriend.
Okay, so what'd you say?
I'm on Instagram just for like new gun parts, new gun accessories that are coming out.
I feel like that is literally the worst place to get your news updates on that.
Well, you're not wrong.
Like, I feel like everybody's okay. Let's post on our Facebook. Let's post on X. Instagram's like the last place everyone posts.
But
well, it's actually not true.
For like accessories for like firearms, it's actually.
Mm-hmm.
I get more.
You get the visual aids.
I get the visual aids. I get like it's pretty quick on like when they come out. And even though like Instagram shadow bans the hell out of gun.
Instagram shadow bans me.
Well, why do you say that?
Because if I ever go like somewhere different, like I will not get any views on my posts. Like if I post and I'm out of the country, or I post and I'm not in Orlando, dang it, and I'm not there.
That took me a second. I didn't even.
You have to bleep 2 things in this one.
Oh no!
Give me a break.
It was your boyfriend.
See, that one, just delete that one. You don't need to post it.
I had to do so much editing with that one. It was not even funny.
That one took you out. You're like, you haven't.
I haven't
since.
I haven't edited one. Yeah, no, I haven't edited one since because it took that much out of me, and I'm just like, I don't edit it anymore. Oh my god!
I'll have to take a stab one of these days.
You have to find an editing software, find it, make the audio, then transfer the audio to a different file so you can actually have like the moving, and then transfer that to a video, and then add all the photos.
You can keep it.
I put so much on my plate. It's funny.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get a new job. And I'm just doing a lot. I'm just doing a lot.
Doing a lot.
K1 is fun stuff.
Yeah, speaking of which, so you're going to Africa soon. We can't get into names or things or anything like that, but and other than your main plan, what are you most excited about in Africa?
Going to see my girlfriend.
Yes.
That's the main plan. Most excited for? Going to like their zoos.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see how because safari's out of the question. That's about like $1,000 a safari.
A safari's $3,000.
Yeah, but that's like everything for like 5 days.
Oh, that's not. But you're there for a considerable amount of time. So
yeah. So if it was just the safari, then yeah, it would be. It's also like a little too expensive for me right now.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes sense why you're not doing it.
Because flying over there is just
bajillion dollars. Yeah.
and then trying to get the time off, trying to get everything together. Long distance relationships are hard, especially one person can only go one way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't bring her here because the United States government is afraid of she staying here. So it's just one thing after another.
Yeah. It's a hassle for sure. So the zoos, are there a lot of zoos out there?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm because I don't know exactly what's there. I'm letting her decide everything. So she's planning everything. She's trying to get everything together. We might go and visit her family, depending on how she feels about them and everything. It's another complete can of worms. I'm not going to open up on a podcast. I can tell you afterwards. But it's just
a little bit, but you're excited to go.
I cannot stop thinking about going.
Yeah.
Like, I am so excited.
You're having a manic episode about it, aren't you?
Am I having a manic episode?
I just get you back for saying that.
I'm not throwing anything.
Okay, you threw a punch at your demon. I didn't even throw the picture frame at him. Okay. I just threw it in general, and I was like, look, I am not messing with any of you demons. I am not going out without swinging. I'm a child of light. Don't fuck with me. Okay. Don't fuck with me.
I don't know what to say.
Reeling it back in. Another manic episode. Right, so that should be fun. The trip, are you going to go to the marketplaces again?
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick up some stuff again for family and other people.
You should pick up Jared a pair of sandals. I'll pay you for them.
Okay. Yeah, you have to tell me his shoe size so we can like calculate it to the shoe size for Kenya.
I think he's 11 and a half.
Boy, got some big feet.
Oh, is that a big shoe size?
I'm like 10 and a half.
Oh. Well, you're just as tall.
Yeah, you got some big feet. That's like my brother-in-law size. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got some big feet.
Because he's like really tall.
Maybe he's 12, but still.
Well, Jared can be a 12 for some shoes.
Oh.
Beep, beep, beep.
Well, no,
he aired himself out.
I tried bleeping his last name as best as I could. Hopefully, like, I succeeded. But jeez, he just kept.
That one might not need to get posted, to be honest.
If it's posted, it'd be posted on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably one of the few things of like just listen and like hear my pain and like the sorrow in my voice. So like the rest of the podcast kind of makes sense why I'm like, you can't say jack fucking shit, man.
Yeah, he's just going on and on and on. I'm like, oh my, stop it. That's why he's a guest star. We do not wait for him.
Dude, he talked.
This is
about
which I so steadily break, but I'm doing that on
Yeah, it's just the conversation goes, and then you're not thinking that you're like talking to like people on the internet and like people can actually like grow like parasocial relationships with you and they know everything about you, but then you have no idea who these people are, and then they come to your home going, "I love you, please come."
Oh my god! Could you imagine? He set it up really well for that too, with everything he said. This is not a shit talking of that person. I love that person, but man, we were like, dude, you're breaking every rule right now. He had a few beverages before.
That explains the entire episode why he was just off the rails.
Well, I think that episode we were all drinking because the intent is for us to all have like a drink, have a good time. But these last couple episodes, I've had to like be on the go because it's the holiday season. So I have errands to run each time.
So yeah, and I've been like, oh, should I bring something?
They still have your Japanese whiskey. So, but when you get back and like it's after the holiday season and you run out, like I got to run out and do all the errands, we should have more time to be able to have it be more relaxing, fun, and easy because everything's done, your trip's done, all your packing, all that good stuff.
All of that's done.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't move, which might be a possibility soon.
When?
I don't know. I have there's a job opportunity in Nebraska.
Yeah, but when would you move?
I don't know. I need to have an interview. I need to have figure out all this other stuff. So that might be like kind of hard. So for this like podcast and all this,
We can do it virtually, right?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we can do it virtually.
We can wear masks and we can record it.
Or we could just record the audio and just keep doing the same thing we've been doing now.
I don't even know what we've been doing.
I don't know what we've been doing either. I haven't edited anything yet.
Yeah. So to be clear, the idea of what we're doing.
The idea, once I get back, then I can throw my computer and get everything fixed up and running smoothly. Have the...
Are you taking it to Apple?
No.
Oh, yeah. I think you actually said that.
Send it to him, like, as soon as I get back, I'll be like, I need a new battery. It just dies.
Mm-hmm.
Get that fixed. Or just get a refurbished newer one.
Mm-hmm.
And have this one just always plugged in.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. Because, well, I'm also trying to write a book. I'm actually 26K. So
that's a considerable jump. That's like 9,000 words more than last week.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I'm really getting through this. Like, I know the fight scenes can last so much longer. So, like, I can easily make it 70.
Really?
When it's all done.
Wow.
The fight scenes, right now, they're just placeholders because I want like a good push and pull with the fight scenes, and like right now they're like going way too quick. There's some challenges that the main characters go through that like they go over way too quick that I want to like really draw out and like have them struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So like that. But you can read this and be like, wow, they got over this real quick. Because right now I'm just trying to get the story done. Should I spoil the ending of that first book because it's going to be?
Well, don't spoil it because this would be a really, really good way to promote it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I also have like some other storyboard ideas of a sci-fi story, zombie apocalypse with this like an autistic dude. Not like just the autistic dude, but like it's a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
All of them like kind of broken in their own way. So the leader's like a drunken vet that like can't get over his PTSD. And he has to like really like push through all of his like hardships. One's like an ex-con that like had his daughter like molested and like he has to but like that one I'm not going to pull any punches. It's going to be like kind of really depressing, but then like glimmers of hope of like the characters talking to each other.
Interesting. I think that's a really good storyline that you have a lot to work with. But I will say the war vet with PTSD who's drunk, that character is a character in so many stories.
He is kind of an archetype, but he kind of needs to be the archetype, so you have something to like, that's familiar, so like people can like gravitate to the familiarity. Like there's a deeply religious woman That's not good.
Yeah. No. Totally makes sense.
But like,
I don't know what the full story will look like. So
I don't know exactly yet. There's a few factions. There's the cannibals, the cultists.
Anyways, Jacob's going to air out his full book, so everybody knows exactly what's in there. Nothing is surprising.
No.
All right. Well, now that has all been aired out.
I still haven't talked about the sci-fi one. That one's interesting too.
Yeah.
Because most of the sci-fi books that you read, it's humanity coalesced into one faction going up against anything. Mm-hmm. That's not how it's going to be. There's going to be factions. There's probably going to be infighting before we actually get everything together.
Oh, duh.
So there's like these two main factions, and they use Earth as a proxy. So I think that's really interesting. And that one's not going to pull any punches too. I already have a child soldier. Children labor. That's what he's going after. And like
ain't nobody safe in this world.
And some of the things that happen, like people get like eviscerated, and like it's gnarly. Like my right now, the book I'm writing right now is like the most tame one of them all. Everything else is real like messed up. He's gonna be the next Stephen King stuff. No, there's not gonna be any pedophilia.
Leave the kids out of it. Leave the kids out of it. And on that note, this concludes our 15th episode.
15th, 25, 16, 175. It's an episode.
The episodes are episoding. So, thank you so much for joining us for Hot Takes to Likes.
You were like struggling with that.
Yep. That's what I say. Toodaloo, friends.
See ya.